Hello everyone, welcome to another Homeworlds game commentary. I am Babamots. This is a game between mstain and Amnykon, and I don't think I don't recall offhand having cast a game between these two players before. I thought that in the last game that I tried to make a commentary video about, and then I got to the end and realized that I had cast that exact same game before. I did one between Crit and mstain. mstain has been on Board Game Arena for a few months. Well, I guess we're coming up pretty close to a year now. Amnykon's been on somewhat longer, I think. mstain played Homeworlds back on Super Duper Games, which is now, I don't think I've done a commentary since I learned this. Super Duper Games itself, the original, is now defunct. You can't play games there anymore. You should play on Abstract Play instead. Same makers, same a lot of the same games, same philosophy of having turn-based games only. It's a pretty good site. There are some things I like better about Board Game Arena. Some things are better about Abstract Play, of course. Okay, anyway, both very strong players. I'm interested to see how this goes. All right, mstain takes a red-blue medium Gemini. Amnykon takes a yellow medium Gemini. So small universe. Both players trading for yellow right away. Amnykon trading for yellow despite having that yellow home star. Probably just wanting to match and not get left behind. This is one of the reasons that I don't usually feel like having a yellow home star gives you much of an advantage in spreading out early. I shouldn't talk about yellow home stars because I don't use them often enough to be very comfortable. Okay. All right, mstain and Amnykon both trade for red. Come on, let's get to the mirroring is just an inherent part of the game. Okay, mstain doesn't try anything fancy, just builds that last small blue. So Amnykon gets the first medium. Let's see how we depart from here. Yeah, mstain I think is feeling one of the problems with letting your opponent get that first medium, which is if they discover anything, since this is a small universe, as soon as they move somewhere that's vulnerable with one of these small ships, Amnykon could bring in the medium. And Amnykon does. Okay, mstain looking at the blue shopping spree, build 3 large blues to overpopulate Amnykon's medium. Do they commit to that? No, they don't. I don't. It might be their best move, but I don't really like it for the simple reason that mstain went first, and after that, they'd be even on material, but mstain would be down by a color. They wouldn't have any green, and it would be Amnykon's turn, so Amnykon would be up by 2 beats. Okay, mstain now trading for yellow. They could just run away, but of course Amnykon can pursue. So Amnykon... No, Amnykon does not sacrifice to capture. Instead... trading for red so that they won't have to sacrifice to capture, but it gives mstain another opportunity to run. mstain could even move the little blue into Amnykon's home, threatening to blow up the blue star. No, okay. I like this. This is pretty good for mstain. They can discover that medium blue, giving themselves the first opportunity to build a large blue. Amnykon should probably move their blue somewhere green, I think, in response. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so mstain gets the first large, Amnykon gets the second. Now what do they do about it? mstain trades for a little yellow. That's good. Makes Betelgeuse a good place to build blue again if that large becomes available. Also threatens Amnykon with a large blue coming into their home. That could be a factor soon. Amnykon had a good notion that trading the large blue for a large yellow would be good. I like having a large yellow. You often need a large yellow at the end of the game. So I think that was a good notion. But invading this colony is also very good. Of course, because that little blue's not going anywhere. Ooh, I think mstain's thinking about a dangerous play. Sacrificing the G3, they could build blue, little blue in Betelgeuse, large blue in Castor, and then something else back at home. They'd be left without a mothership, and Amnykon could blow up the whole Castor colony and not hurt too bad. Amnykon would end up by a large. Oh no, I don't like this so much. One build action remaining. What do you do with that? Yellow back at home? Yeah, that takes mstain. They lost their mothership just to defend that small blue. I don't care for that much. Trading for green. Okay. Then if Amnykon captures it, that makes this quite a healthy little colony. But at least it doesn't give Amnykon more blue. And if mstain then proceeds to counter-invade, it's a little more difficult for Amnykon to overpopulate in Supernova. With that being a green instead of a blue. Okay, does mstain counter-invade? Looking at the shopping spree again. No, that's good. That's really good. Because this is a lousy time for the large yellows to open up for Amnykon. mstain gets a couple of medium yellows. And Amnykon will need a turn to reposition the yellow to potentially get the large. Now, if I'm mstain, yeah, I trade away one of those smaller yellows for green, I think. Yeah, medium's okay. I might have done the small just so that Amnykon doesn't even get a medium yellow. Yeah, Amnykon I don't think should be shy about building that medium yellow, since mstain doesn't have a good place to build any more yellows. Amnykon, okay, pushing the reds. Also not a bad choice, I think. mstain taking a little blue. Okay, so they've just achieved equality in the blue economy. Amnykon pushing for more reds, setting up for a red shopping spree here. I think Amnykon, well, I don't want to tell Amnykon their business because Amnykon's a very, very good player. But I would have considered building that medium yellow still, even a few turns later. I think it's still a good choice. You gotta have some yellow. Well, although at this point, maybe Amnykon thinks the yellow race is lost. mstain has enough yellow to overpopulate Amnykon's yellow star, and maybe that's what they're worried about. Maybe they think there's no point, but you need some yellow power to move around. So we'll see. But this is good too. They're set up for a red shopping spree. mstain should and probably will spread out their red. No, trading for a red 3. I don't like that. That makes it so there's exactly 3 reds in the bank. Amnykon can scoop them all up and get ahead by a large ship again, which I think that's what we're going to see. Oh no! Well, yeah, I think that would have been a... No, that would... Okay. Amnykon didn't even need to try it out to see the folly of that. Okay, so it was a bad time. So Amnykon just a moment ago did not have that small green. And if Amnykon had done a shopping spree, they would have had nothing but 2 reds at home. That's a bluebird setup. mstain sacrifices y3 to move 2 reds into Amnykon's home for the overpopulation and the win. Yeah, that's no good. All right, Amnykon, yes, you're ahead of me on that one too. All right, so I wonder if mstain saw that and was setting them up for it. Was hoping they'd make that mistake. But nope, Amnykon's too good. All right, so mstain now spreading out the yellows, occupying one of these red stars, making the shopping spree not so profitable, and spreading out the yellows so that they can. mstain will get a large yellow if Amnykon now dares to build the medium. So yeah, I think that was a good choice. I think I like this less well. mstain is actually in the better position to build than Amnykon is in the blue realm. So now if Amnykon were to spread out and build the small, then mstain would get the large, but mstain's sort of killing their opportunity to build the small blue, I think. Yeah, I like the red discovery better. Well, I guess the blue wouldn't have been so bad, because Amnykon, it would have taken Amnykon a turn to spread out the blues. I don't know, but the red star just feels right to me somehow. Okay, Amnykon, I think they're still looking at doing that shopping spree. Oh no, in greens. Oh yeah, the factory has arrived. But do I like it? I think I don't actually like it too much. mstain gets a large green out of it. Amnykon can't do anything about that if they do this green factory. Just building a G2, yeah, that's fine. Other than that, this colony is really, well, the caster colony is vulnerable, but if mstain were to invade it with the R3, then Betelgeuse would be similarly vulnerable. So maybe it doesn't make much difference. Oh, actually, it's not all that vulnerable even. If mstain came in with the R3, Amnykon could sacrifice the G2 to build 2 more reds and overpopulate it. I think that would be fairly good for Amnykon. Okay, so caster's not so helpless. Amnykon definitely ahead on material at the moment, I think. They've got two pretty healthy colonies here to mstain's 1. Sacrificing the G2 to build... Okay. Sacrificing the G2 to build 2 more yellows. They do get a Y3 out of it. And if Amnykon builds the Y3, then mstain can sacrifice medium, move into smalls to overpopulate, which I generally think of as a good exchange. You gain a large and lose a medium, small, and take out one of your opponent's ships as well, the small yellow in this case, and the large that they just built, but I don't usually include that in my calculations because they wouldn't have had that opportunity if I hadn't just done a mini shopping spree like mstain. So I think that's a pretty good choice for mstain. The thing that makes me nervous is that leaves them with no green. And Amnykon is, we saw from their previous turn that they started doing the green factory and then took it back. I think Amnykon's got their eyes on the green bank. So let's see if Amnykon builds that. Okay, so they... Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think I like that anyway. Amnykon still has a big green advantage. And now mstain still has to respond to the... Well, I would still expect to respond to the new large yellow, but Amnykon's vacuumed up the rest of the red bank at the same time. I think that's pretty solid. Oh, okay, that's not what I expected. mstain throwing all of their red ships into Amnykon's home just to knock out their mothership. I no, I don't like that. If Amnykon reinforces with a large, it will have to be a large that matches one of Amnykon's stars. And so if it's yellow, that's a problem. But if Amnykon just reinforces with blue, mstain doesn't have enough blue to overpopulate it. So that I don't like the looks of that. I don't think mstain has enough power to carry on the attack. Yeah, I think you're better off just overpopulating those yellows. Yeah, like that. I think that's the correct move. Let's see if mstain agrees. They do. All right, so Amnykon has no yellow. mstain has no green. Let's see what they make of it now. Amnykon trades for some yellow. And also gives themselves opens up the blue building opportunity. It's such a tenuous position where there's that little blue that's blocking all three of the large blues. Nobody wants to take that. Okay, Amnykon instead looking at pressing the green advantage. Also a good choice. Yeah, the yellow's probably better. I fear a little bit for Amnykon's colony again. Now that mstain has a large yellow, but before I was saying that mstain shouldn't invade with the large red because Amnykon could overpopulate, but Amnykon doesn't have enough green power to immediately overpopulate an invading large yellow. mstain looking at another. Thinking about that mothership catastrophe again. I don't like it though. In fact, I think I like it less now. Amnykon can sacrifice y2 to bring the b2 home, the b2 into mstain's home, and reinforce their own home if they feel like it. If mstain counter invades, then mstain has no red to back it up. Amnykon's got plenty of red to capture everything mstain's got very quickly. This is not the thing to do. Okay, instead, sacrificing the yellow to invade Castor and bring a red from their homeworld to this colony. That makes this colony very vulnerable, only small ships that can't run away. And if Amnykon just builds a... Oh, Amnykon can't build red, because there's no red in the bank to build. Amnykon could push... In fact, Amnykon could sacrifice y2 to move two little reds into Castor. Oh no, their homeworld isn't connected to Castor. Sacrifice y2 to move these two reds into Castor, taking out one of mstain's two flagships. Okay, that's a better invasion than it looked like at first. I think the yellow might be even better though. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like that. So not only can't Amnykon overpopulate this yellow, but it puts a y3 back in the bank, which mstain can build. Amnykon is not in a good position to build that r3 anyplace. Yeah, this is good. Sacrificing the y1 to make that move. Sacrificing the y2. I don't think that sacrifice was necessary. In fact, I don't think it's a good idea. It brings this little red closer, so that I imagine that the purpose is that if Amnykon were to build red at home or in this colony, that mstain would like to be able to overpopulate it cheaply, but they're paying up front. They're paying a y2 to make that move when Amnykon would probably not do it anyway, because the threat was there if mstain chose to sacrifice their y2 later, and so mstain could have held on to their y2 until Amnykon was forced to make the decision about whether mstain would have to sacrifice it. I think they're using it for nothing here. All right, Amnykon now makes the choice. Trades for yellow, maybe. Retreat with the yellow. They could sacrifice the yellow to retreat with 2. Building yellow. Okay, so this is definitely the interesting choice here. Should mstain build that large red, sacrifice their large red or sacrifice the small red to capture, say, just Amnykon's medium red, or sacrifice the large red to capture 3 ships? I think I would make it green, medium. Amnykon could sacrifice the green to build yellow again and overpopulate, but then mstain would still be left with red and green, which is not bad. And in fact, would be able to build R3 after that. That looks pretty good for mstain. Yeah, I think I'd sacrifice the R3. Yeah, that's what I would choose. At least it's what I would choose if I was having to play as quickly as I'm trying to commentate. Okay. Amnykon now. Does Amnykon sacrifice the green to build? Yeah, I think that is a good choice. But it leaves mstain with plenty of... Yeah, but if they do that, then there are these 2 reds in the bank. mstain can build one of them. That's really good for mstain. Thinking about trying to block the build by trading away a smaller red. So now... So mstain can't build those large reds, but it does give mstain a chance to spread out their yellows so that Amnykon can't overpopulate. Boy, I think it's looking really quite good for mstain here. Moving down to Betelgeuse. Okay, that colony is a little vulnerable, but I think Amnykon, if they invaded with the blue, they'd be leaving their own colony even more vulnerable, so I think that's okay. Now does Amnykon retreat? Build some green. Amnykon's got the head start on green. mstain cleaning up, taking that little yellow. Oh, mstain's going to go for the invasion. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Amnykon, as usual, is a step ahead of me. So now Amnykon took that turn to build the G2, I think, because it's a defense against mstain invading the Deneb colony with the Y3. Now if mstain comes in, Amnykon can overpopulate with the G2 sacrifice. And so it's much safer for Amnykon to do this invasion in Betelgeuse now. However, yeah, and my next thought was, okay, well, mstain can build toward a blue overpopulation. True, but if they build that B1, then Amnykon gets to build a B3. And Amnykon's feeling really good about that. Okay. Yeah, great thinking from Amnykon as usual. They took it back. Maybe they see something better. Invading that colony? That little red can just run away. I think the other colony invasion was just fine. Invading with that green, that would give Amnykon more space to build green, and of course it's a threat against their red. I might commit to that. I liked the blue invasion. I liked the invasion of Betelgeuse. I think that was, as far as I can tell, that was a great move. Amnykon, you can say something in the comments if you're watching and you want to teach me better. All right, let's see. mstain now going to take a red. Ooh, that lets Amnykon build a large red in Deneb. If they just want to do the capture, I would have gone for the large red. I think mstain could have overpopulated those reds, but they'd lose 3 mediums to do it, and I think that would be pretty good for Amnykon. Although there were 2 large reds, and so in that case, I think mstain could have sacrificed the G1 to build the other one, getting an R3 and countering this invasion. Okay, so Amnykon probably made the right call there. Okay, trading out Y3 for G3. Yeah, Amnykon had quite a good green advantage. I think mstain might be wise to try to keep up here. Ooh, sacrificing a G2. Where's this going? Building more reds. Building more reds, I guess, is my guess. Yeah, because mstain doesn't have the space for it. And Amnykon still has space to build another one. Alright, mstain sacrificing G3. Ooh. To clean out the yellows. Yellow shopping spree doesn't look too bad. That would leave with the Amnykon with only 1 yellow ship. I don't think that's how I would have chosen to arrange them. I think I would have put the large yellow in Castor. To defend more of my ships. There are more of them in Castor. Yeah, like that. Betelgeuse would still be a tempting target. I think that's my least favorite. You've already got a large at home. You don't need another one. Not particularly. Let's see what they settle on. They settle on the building it in the Castor colony. I think that's the best. Okay, Amnykon now spreading out the blues. I'm a little, quite surprised that they don't build the R3 back at home. And by the way, broadly speaking, I think this has swung back into Amnykon's favor with 2 large ships. Although mstain now has the advantage in the smaller ships, I think. Yeah, mstain's got 3 mediums. Amnykon's only got 1. Amnykon has 5 smalls. mstain also has 5 smalls. Yeah, so a little bit of an advantage to mstain in the smaller ships, but that big ship's a big deal. Amnykon sacrificing B3? That seems like a misclick. Yeah, they took it back, spreading out the blues. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't take the R3. Maybe they think. My best guess is that they're worried. Well, not worried exactly, but that they are thinking at this point that they don't actually need more red or even large ships. What they need is to make sure that they get the large blue, at least one of these large blues, to finish off the Doomsday Machine. That's my guess. Okay, mstain now moving a Y1 out of the Castor colony to take up that R3. Worried, I guess, that Amnykon would take it on their next turn. But Amnykon is not really wasting time here. Okay, that's if it were Amnykon's turn, I would call the Doomsday Machine complete. Well, it is complete. It's just a matter of Amnykon having the time to employ it. Yeah, there's not enough blue left for mstain to make their doomsday machine. They've got enough yellow, but if mstain takes one blue, Amnykon will get the other, and then Amnykon wins. So I think mstain needs to be looking at doing something fairly drastic. I don't know precisely what. Okay, building the B3 is kind of the expected play here. Amnykon now, I think, is going to fire up the Doomsday Machine, and I think they start with moving the blue 1 from this colony, mstain's home, so that the blues are less susceptible to overpopulation before the Doomsday Machine gets rolling. Mstain's hope at this point is that Amnykon messes up. Like if they move in this blue, mstain could sacrifice Y2, move 2 blues into Deneb, and then Amnykon doesn't have a full Doomsday Machine anymore. Amnykon, yeah, I think that's the right play. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, taking up that last blue makes it harder for mstain to come up with any kind of threat. Yeah, not that it would help a whole lot, but no. So even if mstain overpopulates these blues, Amnykon can just trade one of these reds for blue from the blues that just got put back in the bank, and Amnykon has a Doomsday Machine again. So I think Amnykon's got this. mstain sacrificing Y1 to move a red forward. I'm not sure Amnykon or mstain sees their peril here, because it looks like they're still fighting over the economy, getting a putting an R3 in the bank, spreading out their reds so that they can build an R3. But I think it's too late for that. Yeah, so Amnykon should move in here. No. Spreading out the blues instead? I'm not sure what that's about. Amnykon, the time has come. I think you've got this. Except I suppose for the part where, in the course of employing their Doomsday Machine, Amnykon might have to leave the Deneb colony very briefly vulnerable, and that's where they've got their Y2. But I don't think that's that big a deal. Yeah, Amnykon should just go for it. So Amnykon moves in one ship. mstain's got to capture this, or they lose. Amnykon moves in another one, and this could be, since Amnykon got that extra large blue, this could be one of the smalls. Amnykon doesn't even have to leave the Deneb colony vulnerable to a large counterattack here. So mstain, I'm thinking maybe they see the problem. Okay, overpopulating on purpose. Sacrificing Y3. Bring in the 2 reds and counterattack. But mstain doesn't have any reds left, so this doesn't do any good. Looking for another solution. Let's see if they come up with anything. No, that gives Amnykon the chance to attack. I guess they don't. Yeah, capturing doesn't actually do any good, since they'd just be doing one at a time. Amnykon doesn't bother. They just move in the blue for that approach. Oh, okay, yeah. So mstain blowing up some of Amnykon's red was okay. That was. I think I just had it in my head that Amnykon had way too much red, and that mstain couldn't possibly do anything to knock out the red portion of the Doomsday Machine, but they did. Amnykon still has 3 red ships, but one of them is the only homeworld protector. So they can't afford to lose that. Nice thought from mstain. All right, Amnykon now. has blown up mstain's blue star. Now, mstain, yeah, definitely wants some red. It's getting some red so that if Amnykon... If Amnykon were to build red, then mstain could move this in for the overpopulation. I think mstain's hope might actually be, though, in... no. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think very quickly and not take you down any lines of thought that aren't profitable. Sometimes successfully. Okay, mstain. If mstain now... Okay, Amnykon trying to decide how to reinforce their home. Okay, I think if mstain, though, now builds some red, they're threatening both a bluebird, threatening to move in 2 reds for the win against Amnykon, and a direct assault victory. Oh, but Amnykon's just going to build R2 here in Deneb on their next turn, so Amnykon will have enough red power to capture two invading larges at once. That's not a big deal. I think that's the right move from... Oh, okay. Well, so that was the right move from mstain. This is a fatal mistake for Amnykon, though. If Amnykon commits to this, then mstain sacrifices y3 to move yellow and blue larges into Amnykon's home, and sacrifices R2 to capture everything after Amnykon presumably captures one of these guys. I don't think that any kind of counterattack Amnykon launches against mstain's now homeworld that's now only protected by a single small is going to work out. I think this is a deadly mistake if Amnykon commits. Oh my gosh. I think Amnykon had it. I think Amnykon was doing okay just a few moves ago. I don't think that reinforcing the homeworld was right. I think all Amnykon had to do if mstain invaded, I think Amnykon should have prepared by building larger reds, so that if mstain brought in 2 reds against Amnykon's 1, they just capture them both. Ooh. I think it just slipped out of Amnykon's fingers. Okay. Let's see if mstain believes in what I thought I saw. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for Amnykon. Amnykon sacrifices to move 2 ships, but that's not actually good enough. mstain now sacrifices R2 to capture this invader at home and Amnykon's large green. Or for that matter, they could capture the little red. There's I think 2 ways to win here. And Amnykon concedes. Wow. Okay, that was an exciting game. I'm sorry, Amnykon. I think that was a mistake at the end. I think you had this, but congratulations to mstain for pulling that out. And I forgot to say at the beginning, the other thing about mstain is since I made my last video, I got to meet up with mstain. We went out for sandwiches. His mstain happens to live along the path I was traveling. And so thank you, mstain, for buying lunch for me and my wife. That's was very much appreciated. I had a great time. And mstain slaughtered me in a game that we didn't actually finish. I've got a picture of it. We're planning to finish it someday. I'd like to make a video when we do, and you can watch me get crushed by a very good mstain. Thanks to the players for using BGA to play their game where we could watch, and thanks to all of you for listening to me ramble.